season with new twists. This is Big Brother Naija Lockdown. Are you ready?
Hey, happy Salah to all our Muslim friends. And with that, we welcome you to a brand new edition of the show, E Extra on Vanguard Live. And as usual, right now it's BBNaija season. Of course, you all know that. And we have taken it upon ourselves to bring you up to date with everything happening in the house. I still remain your girl, Juliet Ibirim, and I have my amazing co-host here, right here with me as usual. She's none other than Precious Chukudi.
Thank you, Juliet. I always like to do this every time with you. So, how are you?
I'm good.
I can see you're looking good. Are you sure you're not taking us through
from
this
here
round
all
today?
this to where it's happening? Are you ready?
Yeah, I am. I think I'll just tag along with you.
Better do that. Like it has to go down. What is it? This round. Coming when I was leaving the house today, I've been seeing all the rams, everything, the cows, the slaughtering going on. I said, okay, you guys just wait. Let me go and come.
You know, the amazing part of it is the fact that how Nigerians keep saying they don't have money.
There is no money, but yeah, it's like
like when you check all this,
no money.
all this abattoir, and then you're like, they killing all these rams from, but we don't have any money.
Even with the whole pandemic situation,
Exactly.
the whole COVID-19 thing, it's like even this year, it's even more. I think the celebration is even more.
Yeah, sometimes that I think some other years when it's the Salah period and you're like, are we really celebrating Salah?
But
seriously, dry and everything.
Yeah, I could feel it in the air. So from here, well, let's get down first to the business of the day. So as usual, we bring you up to date with everything happening in the house, the drama, there's been a lot of lips locking. Some cuddling moments, drama and everything happening in the house, and that's why we are here. This week, earlier in the week, that was on Wednesday or yesterday. The housemates lost their wager, and I think a few of the housemates have not, in as much as most of them have been in high spirits, but the HOH, like she's not having it at all. Talking about Lucy.
Yeah, and now this is like the second wager they've lost since the show started, and it's looking like a bad omen.
It is
because everybody thought now we would have said maybe it was because of the leadership they have, but they had Nengi last week, and
same thing happened.
and Nengi wasn't that crazy because everyone's like, okay, let's see if she would help us win, and then this time around it was Lucy, and still the same thing, and Lucy really blew it this time around. Like she was crying, and I think where it even started from was when Big Brother asked her if she felt like everybody had done well, and she said they've done okay. I think that was what started to even kill the whole process, because let's see when Big Brother asked V, what do you think, and V spoke so well, asked them, Prince spoke so
she
well.
has already had this thing going right from the beginning. Okay, since she was elected, or even before, she's had this issue with the the rest of the housemates. She's been like, oh, these people they've not been cooperative, they've not been, and so I think when it happened, she was also like that. She was like, I saw her, when Prince came to her deputy came to her, and she was like, I don't, just let me be.
The thing is, one of the things I even realized when they started to talk was that the guy kept mentioning one thing and saying that it doesn't have to always be about you, because every time anything happens in the house, it looks like they are personally picking on her, but it's not like that. It's how that person is feeling at the moment, and they're expressing their emotions.
Humans will always be humans. You can't control people. You only do your best
Yeah.
She was like, oh, how with their dressing, I think she feels they appear too casual. They didn't have the whole cycles, as
No, they actually did. In fact, Big Brother commended them very well because that was a good show. I mean, if you watch the whole
the
performance, it
was really nice.
good.
But I think it had to do with from what she said, from their outfit, their dressing, that they were not really looking as glamorous.
They were good because I mean, Big Brother provided them with what they should wear. And if you wanted them to really look all circus looking, he would have done more. Do you understand? But then it wasn't a function of that. It was a function of bad behavior. A lot of them have been whispering under the sheets.
Yes.
A lot of them have been whispering in people's ears.
And even during rehearsals, you see a lot of them not,
performing. Really and then also, some of them have also been, involved in, microphone trouble, not wearing their microphone well. So all these things are people that have been saying that, today now someone was fined for not wearing their microphone properly. So it's something that he like constantly has to be saying every blessed day, and he's like, no, somebody has to pay for it, and that's the reason why they lost their wages.
I think she should just calm down a little. The little boy that's been trending, I think she should just calm down, because I don't get the whole her emotions always running over. Every week she's all crying, all teary and everything. But I think I have a clip of that. Let's see a clip of Lucy complaining to Prince.
This morning, they asking me if they give everybody supported me. I said I didn't even know what I wanted to even answer. Which support? Even when I tell you something, do you actually tell them? Or do you tell them to do it like that, the way I said it?
What have you told me to tell them that I didn't?
Don't worry, please. Just leave me. Why are you here though? Why are you here right now? What did you come to tell me? Just go. I just want to be alone. I just want to be by myself. Unless maybe you want to sleep and I'll just leave here for you. So that's it. Other than that, I'm good. I just want to be by myself. If I want to cry till tomorrow morning, it's fine. It's my cry. I don't want to be with nobody. Everybody should just be on their own. When it's time to do something, nobody is listening. They're calling me for what? Nobody should call me.
So that was Lucy pouring all her aggression on her deputy. Do you think that's right? Transferring the whole thing. We saw Prince saying, "Oh, can you just come out? I mean, it's gone. I mean, just move on. No, just leave me alone. I'm not in that mood and everything." But funny enough, he still stayed with her. Calmed her down and everything. Do you see the need, pouring out all the aggression on Prince?
Okay. Apparently, I think that not everybody in the house is really looking at Lucy as someone in the house. Just only Katrina, and of which I was shocked that Katrina who is supposed to be her friend, wasn't even there for her. It was Prince who was, trying to talk to her, and I must commend him. He was a complete gentleman.
Yeah,
he was there with
even
her.
at that point, he was like, "Can you just let me be?"
He still stayed. She was yelling, she was shouting, she was cussing out, and he did not leave. I mean, it takes a gentleman to be there. Some men would have left him, what's she saying? After all, she's the only one. And then I think Lucy has not done enough to be a leader. For you to be a leader, it's a lot of work because you're meeting with people from different.
You shouldn't allow their actions or inactions get to you.
And these people have different ideologies of how they are exposed to things, how they respond to things, which means that you should find a balance on how to respond with these people. Everybody will not be in your good books.
I think it all boils down to being tolerant.
Exactly, you just have to learn how to tolerate people. But when you are all very bossy, nobody works with anybody that is bossy.
You don't expect
if you are all
to do
bossy,
things your way.
you're forcing them to do things. It doesn't work that way.
Now, moving on from that, we also saw, still on the wager, we also saw Biggie rewarding, housemates who performed exceptionally well. Talking about V, Praise, and then Neo. But unfortunately, his reward was taken away. If you want to know why, let's take a look. Let's see what happened. I'll be right back.
V.
Of all of them, I think.
Neo.
Yes, big brother.
Step back. Praise and V.
Yes,
Yes, big brother.
You are both rewarded with 20 BBNaija each.
Thank you.
Thank you, big brother.
Neo,
Big brother.
you are also up for consideration, but bad behavior will not be tolerated.
Yes, big brother. Sorry.
To the House as a whole, this week, you have failed your wager challenge.
Wow, did you see that? Like you trying to show that, man, this is it's my something. It's my,
You know what,
unfortunately, Big Brother was not in that mood. Like, nah.
You know what I saw on Twitter where somebody said this is what they call near success syndrome.
I tell you, like his village people,
exactly,
people
yeah, this close to being successful and then it goes off. You know, I feel like if you noticed it of late, especially in Big Brother house, Big Brother has been very, very strict with his rules.
Strict.
Like, if you're not properly,
Dressed,
clothed,
go
you
into
send
the
you
room,
out.
send you
If you're not
out.
wearing your microphones,
Yeah.
fine, straight. And I think that this is coming from previous episodes that
Yeah, and
have aired where people will just do anyhow and they'll just go scot-free.
And then with the
you know.
recent clamor for the disbanding of the show. And
Yes, and people saying that the show is promoting
Yes.
nudity and sexual sins and
Immorality
all
and
that, and they're trying to disassociate
But I
themselves
think
from
I have a
that.
problem with that. How you allow people, doing all the cuddling, kissing, getting all.
At the end of the day, I don't think that there's much you can do to
Okay.
to like people's emotions.
Okay.
It's how they are feeling at that point in time.
Okay.
Do you understand? But then you can also restrict some things. For example, we saw a scene where Leko was talking about something really very explicit yesterday,
Yes, very,
and
very.
immediately they took it off and then decided to show some other housemates. Not like those ones were saying anything like would tag as really interesting at that point in time, but it was what they did to just salvage the situation. So he's finding different ways to salvage the situation. So people will say, "Oh, my children are exposed to watching these things and all those kind of things," and that's the reason why they don't want them to watch the show.
It's a step in the right direction. And then we saw Big Brother, withdrawing Neo's reward. Yeah, I was even happy initially when I saw that Neo and Bill was like, see this couple, like, that
Power
kind of thing,
couple.
power couple, winning together and everything. But unfortunately, in all, it didn't, spoil anything for them, and we still see Neo, being his happy go. And so far, this ship, in as much as I didn't really
Like the
see
ship
yeah,
like
from
that.
the beginning, but I think I'm beginning to see something that of all the ships currently, sailing in the house, they
Yeah.
look real.
Yeah, they
Looks
look
like
real, like genuine.
Yeah.
Because apparently what we saw is when the Neo we saw in the first week is completely different from the one we're
Different,
seeing
yeah,
this
yeah,
week.
yes.
Neo we saw in the first week was very loud. Everybody was all pissed. Like, who is this guy? They're trying to give us
From
all
the outside, I
the.
was like, oh no, this guy he just
Is
wants
he
to
a
tie.
second of Mashallah
Yeah.
now? And everybody was really pissed about that. But now what we're seeing now is a Neo that is more calm, doesn't talk so
Very, very
much.
attentive to his
Yeah.
love interest and everything. And I saw something today that actually lighted up my mood, where he was just praising V, saying my butter, my this one, my that. Well, let's take a quick break, and when we return, we'll look at some of this. Okay, let's look at the video of Neo. You know, showering all the. You know, I like all this.
I don't think there's any woman that doesn't really like that. I mean, when you see your, like, I saw a post one time where someone was saying that, you know, that moment when you just send your boyfriend or your husband a picture of yourself, when you know, when you take, you're looking good, and you send him a picture and he sends you an episode calling you my darling, my sweetheart, you know,
my love,
as in just giving you all those things, like your head will, you know, that kind you'll be feeling like you're the best person on earth, even if you're not. But you know, every woman likes to praise, and it was good to see that from you.
You know, we saw V blushing and you know everything. My sister is already. I saw something where you know she was like, I hope your parents, your people will not mind that I'm Yoruba and everything. And Leo was like, yeah, she said that. And he was like, no, my brother, my sister is married to Yoruba, so it's not a big deal.
No,
I was like, Auntie is already looking.
Yeah, even where he's from, they are closer to the Yorubas. That's where Neo is from. They're closer to the Yorubas, so it's not going to be.
I'm like, V is already looking into the future.
Yes, you know, this thing works with girls. We always, the moment you're with one guy, you're already picturing your life with that person, your family. I'll have like 5 children with this guy, my life is set, all those kind of things. So it works like that. So but for the men, not necessarily.
Let's take a look at the video. The video that
I play, I follow you go London. I follow you go Giant.
Lila has it.
We go cities, you know understand? How you see now? Eric, what's your eye?
Makes sense now.
To reach Giant now, this matter. How for you?
What's in there?
I to reach Giant, straight up.
You did play. I think I don't complete all that.
Straight low, without normal level now. All plants are in action. Yeah, so make the brush. Shankers. Butter baby. Sweet madam. 1,000 yards. My sister, you not need to break, oh. You not need to break.
correct worry guy now. You see you doing his thing.
Worry guy praise like this thing. You go lose your emotion. You know, like
B is lost already. Like
yeah, I mean London boy and worry girl, like see the combo. It's just like when you go to
perfect Nollywood story. You know all those kind of things.
Yeah, something like that. You know, when the rich kids of Beverly Hills meet the local rappers of you know the slums in Nigeria. But then it's quite interesting to see how they have grown day by day. I think they are giving us more content than some of the other people who are trying to form ships in the house.
Let's not even go there. We are coming for them. But before then, I noticed that Neo was kept emphasizing on traveling to England with V. Like, I don't understand why is he stressing so much on that. Is that the goal? Like, is that what this whole thing is about? I just feel like this bro soap you know what use worry.
Run the guest.
You understand? Like, she's a passport to you getting out of here. And then,
well, he has made mention of the fact that he has never been out of Nigeria, so I'm sure that a part of him is looking towards that direction. That hopefully I'll be able to go to London, or if I don't have anybody in London, I now have somebody there. Somebody who would definitely take me to London.
Okay, so you carry go your British shekels,
sugar baby.
Now talking about couples that have been giving us the vibes. I'm seriously tired of some. I don't know.
They are
they are not even in the house at all. I'm talking about.
And I think that because of that, it's making them to lose followers.
Yes.
Because people want them to. You are giving us the idea that this was happening.
You guys are not in the house, so get out. Talking about Lilo and Eric. I really don't know what's happening with those people. I was actually hoping that with time, let them start seeing, getting some vibes from them. But one thing happened during the week. Those people, they got all. There's this video came up, where they were making out under the duvet, and Neko, I don't know who sent him. Neko, unfortunately, walked in to demand for something. I think for food or something, and the whole thing has been trending. I'm like, Nigerians were like, oh God, why did you stop this thing? This thing, the ministry was already moving to the permanent side.
All
now.
ministry.
Why did you?
But we didn't send them to go to that house for love. I mean, we sent them for money. Whether they like them, whether they like them, whether they're the one that went to go and do the whole audition by themselves. As long as they are there, we sent them.
They found their niche. Let's leave them and make sure they entertain us while at it.
I don't think I'll be shocked if those guys, if they actually leave this week, and they will not be missed, unfortunately. Because they've not really given us they've not given us anything. I mean, if you're going to ship as a couple, they give us something. Like for example, V and Neo are working, they're working in hand, and yes, they're showing us something that we're like, okay, it's good to see these people together. But Lilo and
something really
Eric,
entertaining about them and all that. And talking about there was this ship I was looking forward to too, or I was rooting for. Talking about Kid Wire and Erica, but right now I don't think it's still a shape. I'm seeing triangles and branches left, right, and center. So right now, I really don't know what's going on with Erica and Kidwaya. I saw Erica. There was a particular one I watched. Erica was like, I don't think I want to be with this guy. This thing. If I get too deep, if I go in too deep with him. I might end up getting hurt. She was like, it will end in tears and everything. What do you think? And then so far, we've seen Kidwaya, just flirting around with various.
Yeah, Kid knows he's a fine boy. I mean, fine boys.
So he's enjoying all the
fine
attention.
boys, when they know they are fine, they flirt, which is normal. They are like, I'm available to everybody and I'm available to none. So it's how it works for them.
Yeah.
So Kid has literally been flirting with all the girls, catching crews. Some of the girls are living in his cruise, like he's a cruise master, and it's so unfortunate because I think that he really likes Erica the most. But I don't know what exactly is happening. Erica doesn't want to get lost in the
but I think I like her for that. I mean, this whole thing is not a love show.
Yes, of course.
So if it's not gonna work, so just get back to
maybe could it be that's one of the reasons why she's sort of affected in a way, because
she's been in a very sour mood lately.
As I yesterday she was saying that she doesn't even think she wants to be in the house anymore, because
and I think that statement didn't really go down well with me. I was like,
it didn't go down well with a lot of people because she was immediately trending on Twitter and everyone was like, what's wrong? I mean, Erica, you're like everybody's
Nigerians, they don't have no chills.
Yes,
like,
you just need to play on their emotions and that's how it works. And everybody was talking, and I think that a part of it has to do with like Kidwire, because really they're not so involved, they were not talking as such. They were just
most times it's just all the mushy things, the cuddling and everything. They don't really, I don't think they really flow, or like what we see with Erica and Lekon. We see them talking about various issues and everything. I don't see that with Erica and Kidwire. Most times it's just
the thing with someone like Lekon is like, if Lekon was actually to be with anybody, I think that what would attract you to his person would be his intelligence. So it's not going to be the body or how fine he is. But with Kid, before you think of intelligence, you look at the fine boy, and you are gone already. And so that's how it works really. So it might be easy for Erica and Lekon to be in a relationship, but it will take a long time.
Yes.
But more easier for Erica and Kidwire because the face is there, the body is there, and that's all.
Talking about a triangle, like Erica at the top, and then we see Kidwire and Lekon. Now, let's take a look. We saw Lekon also sharing with Brighto about how he has also fallen for Erica, but he doesn't want to ruin their friendship and everything. I'm like, seriously, these people must there be a ship? Must you guys, do this relationship thing? Like, you guys not dating outside the house?
I think I really respect Lekon for that, because he takes a guy who really admires you and who really likes you, to see that he doesn't want to destroy what you guys have, because he wants to take things in gradual process, unlike the ones that they've seen you and they want to just jump on you and then take advantage. Whatever they can get,
also appreciates that. I like the fact that she also knows.
So there's a chance that they could actually be a real item, maybe not in the house, but maybe outside, because of how he's taking things in gradual process.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, let's take a look at the video of Lekon.
I feel like I shouldn't put her. Legit, the truth is, she's this kind of person that she's open to doing shit with anybody as long as she feels in connection with that person. So I feel like, there's Ozo who is also trying to put his head in now. best friends. He might probably try to put his head in at a point. Me, I don't want to be putting all those kind of shit.
Let me tell you something. You don't have to, as a matter of fact, if you like her, you don't have to consider the number of guys hovering around her.
Considering her own mental health, that was before you told me that she's mentally strong.
She's mentally strong when it comes to handling pressure
to guys.
for two guys. But that's different from.
It's fun to keep it the way.
I'll leave them guys.
To keep it the way it is.
I know this kind of shit. Like when you think about it, just the thought
It's
alone is
exciting.
exciting.
It's exciting. If you don't do it, it's nothing.
But you never know.
I beg, I don't want to even find out. I don't want to do anything. I know that it will end in tears, and I don't want to be the one to cry.
You know it will end in tears for only one
For
person.
me, because I'm the emotional person here. Never. So I'm not interested in that. I like, let's just keep joking around like that. Yeah, fine. But Tony, why that face? This guy and the expressions. I'm always asking you questions because of your face. So tell me what you think.
Nothing, honestly.
That's a lie.
Clearly, she thinks something. She just doesn't want to.
No.
Yeah, so that was Leko on one hand, sharing with Brighto how he's already smitten with Erica, but he's being careful not to spoil their friendship. And then Erica, on the other hand, telling or sharing with Prince, Watoni, and Tolani Badge of how she's scared of, going all the way with Kid Wire to avoid premium tiers. Wow.
For starters, Tolani Badge and Watoni are not supposed
They are the wrong
to be
people to even share with. Like
should be
these
sharing
people, they are in
anything.
the race with you.
They are in cahoots on
They
how
are
to
in the race with
destroy
you. Like
that relationship.
any slacking,
It's
take
just
over.
what,
Not
and Watoni was saying something earlier, which is that she is going to, maybe that's this next week. I don't even know if she's going to be there by the end of this week, but she's like, next week she's going to start to destroy most of the relationships in the house. And she doesn't fit that characteristic. She doesn't look like that girl that can destroy. If it was Nengi saying it, I would believe.
We've heard this whole gist.
Yeah,
we saw that with Cindy when they asked Cindy last year, Cindy of Pepe Dem edition, last year's edition. Okay, what are you bringing into the house? She was like, I'm coming to scatter things. I'm coming to bring drama. I'm coming to.
I think it's just a function of how people pride themselves of things that they really can do. She doesn't fit that into that spec of someone who can do.
She's being.
I mean, you know why I say she doesn't even fit? Because she had a quarrel with Katrina and she said she felt defeated.
Yes.
How do you now want to break a relationship?
And so far she's been avoiding Katrina. She even told
for you to be able to break a relationship, you have to be a very ride or die person, which means you will not allow anybody break your spirit. And of all the girls I've seen that might even fit into that career, might be like Tolani, but Tolani is not. She's not out there.
Yes,
she's not really. I think Nengi would even look more like someone who will be okay. Let me destroy this relationship.
Okay, now talking about Nengi, there's been this vibe I've been getting all week. Like this minute she's with this person, the next minute she's flirting with this person, the next minute as in she's been throwing herself, and I don't know, like
she's cruising.
I think that's even the best. That's even the best mode to be in the house. Like,
but there's a big problem with that. I mean, you can be friends with everybody, but then to cruise on people who like you, there's a problem. Like when you're flirting with a lot of people and you know that these people like you and you're flirting with them, there's a chance that you're playing with other people's emotions and it can be perceived in a bad light outside. You can lose followers, lose people who would naturally like you and want to vote for you. So there are ways to do these things, but she's overdoing it.
Talking about people who like her, I only see also
likes her. Prince likes her. Kid might just also be cruising with her. Some of the other guys, Tricky T likes her, but apparently he knows that she has called him the funny guy.
But then I won't really blame her for taking. Let her just catch it. It's not too early. If anything is going to happen, I mean, let's see how it goes. There's still a long way to go in the house. Let her just catch up. I think she's just trying to get to know who, how tolerant or how whoever she can get along with easily. So let's see how we go. I don't, no pressure really. I really don't subscribe to the fact that most of them are all entangled already in one entanglement or the other.
I think that some of why I really might not necessarily be able to blame them is because if you are in a setting where these are the people you see, somehow your heart is like geared towards some certain people, and you tend to forget the outside world to be like, okay, this is the only person available at the moment. So that's how you see that you start to grow feelings and start to see that you maybe like somebody, even if really that person will not even be somebody you would like outside. And that's the reason why when they come out of the house, the ships are destroyed because other people are now involved with them. And then
it's only natural that when you put you know, your hot-blooded young people, you know, in a space that, you know, the spark starts flying and everything. But what I think is, I mean, just take your time, no rush.
Exactly.
No rush. Now, moving on from that, one person that has, you know, that has really been on a low key all week, funny enough, has been also. Also, I was rooting for this guy from the beginning. Like, this person should bring the fire, and he's allowing this whole ship and this whole relationship thing get to him, and I feel he's beginning to lose it.
Yeah, well, we are speaking about how powerful women are. This is an example, a classical example. Yeah, you know, I think that also shot himself on the foot from the very first day. I mean, you're coming into a house where you don't know anybody, you don't know how they are. And somebody might want to use your strength.
You understand.
You know, somebody might want to use your weakness to get to you. And then you just allow these things to be out in the air because you think that you have everything
he's
under
just
control.
Been disillusioned, he's been lost. Like,
yeah, he even started to lose it more when I think during his diary section, whether Monday or Tuesday, I can't remember exactly. And when he had that conversation with Big Brother, and Big Brother asked him that, what did you come and do in the house?
Yeah, his Big Brother had to put it to him. So, like, okay, Big Brother, how am I doing? I was like,
yeah, but he's losing it. Because I mean, if people that asks you and says, okay, what exactly now brought you into the house, you should be able to strike a balance.
Yes, people was actually was like, did you come to find love in this house or you came to win? And he was like, I came to win. Then get your head straight, get your game straight. Then what
which I feel like he's making a very big mistake because even as much as you're trying to win, they're not telling you to win alone. They're telling you to win with other people, which is you have to get yourself in conversations and avoiding Nengi. You're making it obvious. The girl already knows that he's avoiding it. She was telling she was telling someone the other day that I can tell you that although he's avoiding me. She doesn't know what exactly is, but she feels like maybe because she was with brains, and that's the reason why he's avoiding. But it's beyond that. I think he needs to be able to work on his emotions.
To look childish for me. Like, I mean, you didn't come with anybody.
You don't know her from anywhere, and you should be very open.
Yeah. Now, I will still see other housemates, the likes of Katrina, Kaisha, Trikiti, and the rest of them doing their thing. Come Sunday, somebody is going home. Somebody has to go. I think two housemates have to go home. We don't know who it's going to be. But I think fans out there they've voted and votings have closed. And what do you think? Who do you think is likely to go home?
I would say that if they were like people in the house right now should do some self-evaluation. Like, how have I fared in the first 1 week and now second week? The point is, like, from the very first week I started to complain about a lot of them because so that was like they're trying to chill, like the likes of Tolani Bad, Katrina, that were saying they're trying to watch everybody and before they start to you don't take their time. The question is, if you know that tomorrow is not promised, if you know that tomorrow is not really promised, what exactly will you do with the time available to you right now? And that's what's going to happen on Sunday.
And that's what Big Brother Naija House is about.
Yes,
like, nothing is promised. Anything can
happen. At that point,
you can even get disqualified. You wouldn't know.
Exactly.
You don't know what anything can happen.
So anything can really happen. We've seen people who got evicted like on the weekday and not even on Sunday. They just came and said, you go home, and you're like, I thought Sunday would be like eviction show, but it didn't happen like that.
So I keep saying it that whatever you have to do, whatever game, whatever strategy you have, like
bring it on immediately. If you're going to give us hot, give us hot. If you're going to give us baskets, because you don't really know if that's what the viewers really want to see.
And that's what they are on the basis they are voting you in.
Like for example, in the last season, a lot of people started to complain about fraud a lot. That fraud was too somehow. But you know that people kept on voting for fraud to stay. And I was like, who are these people who are voting for fraud? Why? Because they started to see that the guy had it in the,
yes,
he knew what he was
when
saying.
it comes to the games and everything, he had
And fraud could be really emotional, but if he wants to set you up, he'll set you up, and that's how it is. So I was hoping that we'd see some of all those people who had already hyped themselves, like likes of Tolani Badge, Katrina. I'll do this, I'll do that.
Yeah, funny. I think we were able to see a bit of Tolani.
Just one, but it's just too short for what she has promised us. What if she leaves on Sunday?
Okay.
Because at this point now we can't really, nobody can even pinpoint who is going to leave.
Like seriously,
you cannot.
Right now,
I think from maybe next week we might now start to say.
And during the diary sessions, when Big Brother asked that, was talking to most of the housemates. He asked, and then he was like, a lot of them were like, oh, okay, I don't know, I'm not sure if I'll be going somewhere. Like, oh, I'm scared, I really don't know. But one person that was really sure, really certain, that was even giving us a Tacha vibe was Nengi. She was like, I'm so certain, I'm not going home. I'm like, seriously, what makes you think so? I don't get too comfortable.
Well, the truth of the matter is that for some of these people, what gives them the confidence is maybe they have created an army outside. Do you understand? If you've created like an army outside, it's like you have this courage to feel like, okay, like Tasha had that army. She already had them before she came inside the house, so she was so sure of herself. So if Nengi is speaking like that, it's because maybe she already has an army and she's sure of that. Oh, Nengi, whatever her name is outside, they will be voting for me. At least they won't. I won't, leave any time now, because Tasha was so confident about the fact that she was going to be in that house till the last day. I don't know where she got that confidence from, but it was really big.
So do well to let us know who you think will be going out. I think there'll be two housemates will be leaving the house. So let's know what you think. Let's know who is likely to leave the BBNaija lockdown house come Sunday. And then talking about things going to happen this weekend. The Saturday night party as usual. We saw what happened last week. A lot of housemates loosening up. Some of them that have been a bit cold, being a bit reserved, coming out of their shells, the likes of Bright and everything. I'm actually looking forward to seeing more of that. Tomorrow.
Yeah, same as me too. It's going to be another party. Last week there were lots of technicalities, trying to fix it. People started to call out SARS and like, SARS, what's going on this one now? Are you a DJ? In fact, because really SARS is not really a DJ, but then they invited SARS to come and play, and some people were like, why did they now even bring SARS? And he had to come on his Twitter page to explain what's going on. So we hope that all those things have been fixed, and then tomorrow will be a fantastic party.
Going to boogie down at least before the first eviction.
Yeah, so everybody will dance their last dance because nobody knows who is going.
You understand? Talk of the last dance your last dance.
Yeah, so just dance your last dance because you might, so you don't have to regret that. I wish I danced so hard, and now I'm out of the house, that kind of thing.
Well, let's see how it goes come Sunday, the very first eviction show of the BBNaija lockdown edition. We're keeping our fingers crossed, and as usual, we are here. We still keep you guys up to date of everything, how it's going to happen, the party, the eviction show, the drama, even if anything goes down tonight. Don't worry.
Especially those people that say they want to do is he under?
Yeah, it's talking about
the dark
tonight.
whatever.
Yeah, there is something that's going to happen in the house tonight. Well, we really don't have a clear picture of what it is, but we hear that the housemates, a couple of them, about 10 of them, not all of them, are planning on having a dark night,
something like that.
And from what we are hearing, that thing is looking like, hey, no onesies, no panties.
So we don't know what exactly they are planning, but trust us to give you
we'll keep you guys up to date. We'll let you know. So on that note, I think we'll call it. I need to go and eat this meat. Very, very important this round. It's Eid al-Kabir, and man, I'm all hyped. I have to go and felicitate with some of my Muslim friends. You're going with me, right?
Of course, I'm tagging along. My bag is already here.
Let's go now. It's weekend already. What can we do? So on that note, we're calling it a wrap on the show. I still remain your girl, Juliet Ibirima. Do well to follow us on all our social media platforms. Prepare.
Yeah.
Yeah. Say hi to them.
Thank you for watching, guys. See you next week.
All right. Bye.